What's up, everyone, and welcome to Crypto Files Episode 7. I am Jesse. Joining me, as always, is the Killbot.
Hey, people.
Hi, and buddy. Under the desk with me is the Crypto Dog.
Oh.
But she's not speaking right now.
Hi, Crypto Baby.
We are going to be talking about the Frankenstein Theory, which is a rewatch for me. We'll get into it when we get into the movie, but we have a lot of other stuff as usual, ramblings. How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. I apologize if I have a leg cramp in the middle of this recording session. I did a marathon ride of 33 crypto miles today. If you follow me on social media, you'll see me like a teenage girl out there sending pictures.
I follow your music posts on Amazon.
Oh, I crank the tunes when I'm riding too.
And I'll randomly click like on the ones that I know.
Today was a mix of extreme Norwegian black metal.
And then
Marduk. And then then some hair bands, some Firehouse. And a friend of mine, even if it was I shared it, and a friend of mine was like, "What the heck?" And I said, "Oh, I like Firehouse. I'm sorry."
They're one of those quintessential 80s, don't you think?
Yeah. And some, Avenged Sevenfold, Hail to the King, or whatever that's
That is
called.
such an awesome song.
That will get me up a hill. That's all I'm saying.
That would be like our squatching meet. Could you imagine if we made a squatching playlist?
I've seen an awesome video of Ragnar from Vikings, and they were playing that song. And it's showing him in all these different battles.
That is awesome.
It gives you the chills.
So, yeah. Have you you said before we got on the show that you had a story about your cat in heat?
Yes. This is very crypto related.
Yes.
The crypto cats. We have Lily and Sassy. They were named when they came into our
Lily's the older one, right?
Yes. Lily's right at a year old. Sassy's right under a year old. They are sisters out of different litters, but the same parents. Mm-hmm. So they need to be fixed. Like Bob Barker, when Bob Barker said, "Hey, always spay and neuter."
Yep, and it's funny, but Drew Carey carried that on, in the new episodes. He says it at the end too.
Good for Drew. That's awesome.
Because that was probably in his contract. He probably had to say it.
Well, I may say it a lot now because these.
No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing, honestly.
Oh, so there's two cats in heat right now. It's hell. It's like being at the Lilith Fair downstairs.
Oh dear Lord.
It's bad. They gyrate and just undulate. And they stick their... Oh, it's horrible.
Do they meow a lot, too?
Oh, this horrid sound. Oh, it's horrible.
I remember...
Oh.
When we had our...
It's driving me nuts.
I remember when we had our female cat, and, the cats outside would come around, the male cats. It would freak you out because sometimes at, 1 in the morning, they would, honest to God, sound like crying children. It was such an eerie noise.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing pretty about it. It's like they're saying here, "Hey, boys." Well, and it's like, they synced because they both are in heat at the same time.
Oh,
and
Lord.
They're all over the living room just wiggling.
Oh, my God, that's crazy.
It's been rough in this house. It's been trying. I'm not saying whether my 33-mile bike ride today had anything to do with that or not.
How long does it last? I know the one was in
4
heat
days.
Before. Oh, okay.
So one should be going out, but the older one, you can kind of deal with her. She's okay. Mm-hmm. But Sassy's just a horrible person when she's, she's not a good person at all.
So, on a lighter note, have you watched anything interesting that you want to bring up?
I have a few show-related things I watched, honestly.
Because I don't think I do, so it's all on you this week.
Oh, I got just a couple.
Yeah, sure.
I watched Afflicted from 2014.
I have heard that movie's amazing, and I feel like I should have watched it 4 years ago instead of not having watched it yet.
Yes, it is badass.
I've heard from people that don't like found footage that you should watch this movie.
Yeah, it's two guys going around the world. One guy has a kind of a brain affliction, and he's not in the best of health, and
They
They're-
said one of the things I always read in the reviews was that you could see like they were friends in real life because it really shines through.
Yeah, it did, and you really feel like you're watching some like documentary or something. And these two people going around the world, and something bad happens. This guy kind of hooks up with this Greece. I think they were in Greece, so she'd be a Greek woman. I think it was.
Women are no good. No, I'm just kidding.
And she is beautiful, and
Beautiful but
something
deadly, right?
you kind of get the story, and she's a vampiric, let's say, and as this guy changes, it's almost like he's getting superhero powers. I don't want to spoil anymore.
Is that
Everything's film.
Is that one of the only found footage vampire movies?
Well, we have Blackwater Vampire.
Yeah, those are the only two I've heard of that are like actual
I'm looking
vampires.
at this stack. I can't think of any other ones. There's
I
probably
think-
something.
I think that might be it.
Oh yeah, but a
Well,
fantastic.
wait a minute.
movie.
Shit. What We Do in the Shadows is technically vampires, I guess.
Hey, there you go.
That movie's amazing, by the way.
Oh, it is. We're werewolves, not swearwolves. Can't wait for that. Are we supposed to get that movie? We Are Werewolves.
Or either going to get that or a TV show. I don't remember now which.
Anything, dude.
Did you see, speaking of TV shows, they're developing a TV show Clive Barker is based on Nightbreed?
I just saw that earlier tonight.
I'm very
I don't
excited
know.
about this.
Are you? That's cool. Check it out.
Like, I really enjoyed I've never seen the original, or the OG as the kids say, Nightbreed, but I watched the director's cut when it was on Netflix, and I liked it.
You have? Okay. I have the original. And the director's cut's awesome. If you've seen the contrast between the two.
Is there, like, a big difference?
Yeah, there's a lot more explains.
Okay.
Midian, as I recall. And I also watched from 1970. I think I would have put what year it was. I think it's 77. Snow Beast.
I feel like we watched that and never released the commentary, but I think you and I watched it together.
I do believe we have.
Wasn't there a lot of
Classic.
skiing in it?
There's a lot of skiing.
Okay, yes, I do. And I remember when, like, buying DVDs to me was new. I got it on one of those, like, four movie box sets.
That's exactly how I watched
I don't
it,
remember
yeah.
what the other ones were, but I remember that one.
It just got a Blu-ray release, and we were just talking about this. And I put it in the group. It wasn't Stream Factory, it wasn't anything I'd ever heard of, but I didn't click to see how much it is, but I might be interested.
I feel like
This comes on so many multi-set.
I feel like that's totally, like, yeah, you kind of need that Blu-ray for you.
Oh, I'm seeing here. I'm cheating. I'm looking how you asked me what I've watched. I'm looking on my Instagram, because I usually share. And Haddonfield Hatchet from the heck? Land of the Creeps.
Is he still on there? Because I haven't listened to that show.
Yes,
in
I
forever.
believe so. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
On Instagram, he says there's a Blu-ray now on Amazon, and the transfer is amazing. So that's kind of cool. May have to check that out.
I like that movie.
I remember you thought you were very happy with that. And another movie I do have to talk about. I got to talk about it, Jessica. Is Dogman from 2012.
I need to see this as well.
for you. Yes. It's available on a lot of multi-packs, and it gets into that, kind of the Bray Road story, but I think it's the best movie of the Dogman stuff that I've ever seen.
So I have a purely visual question for you.
Yes.
What is the difference as far as, like, what makes a dog man look different than a werewolf? Because I feel like they'd be very similar looking.
Well, you're a bipedal werewolf. I even kind of hate that term nowadays, but you're a werewolf that stands on two legs.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I think it looks just basically the same.
Okay.
And in a lot of Dogman accounts, they say, "Oh, I was looking at the werewolf from The Howling."
So the dog man movie is
Pointy
basically
ears.
a werewolf then.
I think so. I mean, I haven't done a lot of research on that. Probably.
I know they're supposed to be around here, which terrifies me. Like, I don't know, it's weird.
Oh yeah, PA.
The idea of that scares me for some reason. Because I think it's because all the accounts you ever hear, they're like pure evil.
Right.
But I need
This
to
is
get
a
a hold
really-
of this movie somehow.
Yeah, and it used to be streaming. But it's Larry Joe Campbell, and he was kind of a comedian. He was there was some brand of hot dog he used to be on the commercial of. And he's a real lovable guy. He kind of looks like a hot dog or sausage or something. Normal guy, out in the woods, and something's messing with him. And then there's Dogman 2 that came out a few years ago.
Which I think is
know
on
about that
Prime.
because- yes, it is available on Amazon Prime. And shout out to listener Jordan. I wouldn't have even known about that movie if he hadn't said so.
Is that the Jordan?
The Jordan.
Okay. I figured it was, but I
I call
wasn't
him-
sure. He kind of
I don't
is.
think we have I don't think Germans are like torturing him while he's watching movies like The Marathon Man, but I think he'd keep watching. I think you could drill out one of Jordan's beautiful teeth, and he would still keep watching films.
Speaking of movie we were talking about before the show, I wonder if he's seen Ilsa.
Surely.
I feel like he's had to, right?
Oh, he's probably seen some we didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
Ilsa goes to NASA,
I feel like that's going into Emmanuel territory. Like, I feel like there was a million of those movies.
Oh, I've never heard of those.
There was like
Mistake.
Emmanuel and the Cannibals.
Oh, yeah, it had the girl from
It had somebody, yeah. I
Days of Our
remember.
Lives.
Oh, is that who it
Actually,
was?
Oh, she was a cutie pie. Yeah. One more thing I watched, and then we'll get off.
No, sure.
Was this deserves note on here? Is the Blair Witch Project?
Yes, I was so excited when you watched that. Is it weird to say that movie still still makes me uneasy, even though I've seen it a million times?
You still get tense watching it.
Yes, you do. No matter how many times I've seen that, I am so happy when they throw the map in the fucking river, as they put it, because that
Yeah.
bitch deserved it.
Let's say they pay homage to that scene in Blackwater Vampire pretty close.
Is that worth a
You know
watch?
I love it, and it shall be picked on this show sometime.
Okay,
sir.
good, because I'll watch it then.
I don't care. What was I going to say? Oh, about the Blair Witch Project. I thought a lot as I was watching it about our episode 6, and we were talking about the scene in the tent towards the end, and the tension. And I really thought about that a lot as I was watching the Blair Witch Project, and it really, I don't know, it kind of resonated with me a little bit more. And that might have even... This is kind of like, how Hitchcock could build tension.
Yes.
I think I'm going to go back to as we do, I think we're going to do a lot of found footage.
Oh,
Yes.
you and I, yes, of course we are. Because it fits the theme, too, of the, paranormal.
Right.
Cryptids.
And a lot of people are going to, roll their eyes or not care either one.
Well, that's all right.
But I'm going to go back to how the Blair Witch Project knew how to build tension. And
The
you're
Blair
gonna
Witch
hear me, I'll
Project
even
is an
remove the
extreme...
mic.
If you can get past...
If you don't like it, you don't.
If you can get past the shaky cam, whatever, that movie is filled with, okay, as someone who can't see the shaky cam, that movie was so tension-filled to me that, I think I've told you the story, but my uncle and I went to see it, and when it was over, we got in our car and we're driving down the road.
Mm-hmm.
A truck drove by that was not very noisy, but noisy enough. I jumped out of my seat almost because
That's
I was so
awesome.
wound up from that movie.
It was Ellie Kedward in that truck.
Probably was. Do we ever see a picture of her ever anywhere?
There's drawings.
Okay.
Lots of drawings.
I need to give 2016 a watch again.
That's funny because as
especially
you were
with
talking
the
about...
I heard there's a commentary that explains it.
Yes, the commentary on the Blu-ray is spectacular. But it's funny, as you were talking about, I went home with your uncle after seeing it. When Blair Witch 2016 came out, I was probably texting you as I was even driving. Don't do that, people.
Yeah.
But, it was rainy and it was dark, and I went after work, and I caught it. That movie stuck with me so much, even driving home, like you said. And traffic was backing up. And
No matter how many times I've seen that movie, the ending still gets me of the original.
The OG, yeah.
Yep.
The Blu-ray's cool, and we're going to be getting a 20th anniversary Blu-ray coming up here.
We're going to have to talk about this movie on the show.
Oh my God!
It's going to have to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't watch any. Well, did you want to talk about 20,000 Fathoms or Lee, whatever it is?
I was pretty wiped out last. I did watch. I think it was from the 50s, The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, the Harryhausen classic, and I could see me picking that for this show.
Please do, because I've never seen it.
Even more than Godzilla, I think the creature, even though it is a made-up monster, a dinosaur, I think it's really awesome. It looks awesome. The Rhedosaurus, and even some of the science in it, it's kind of cool.
Don't you love like those old 1950s, even if it's bogus, when they do the science, explain the science? Like I always loved those parts when I was little.
Yes, absolutely. And when you hear my pick for the movie that I'm going to pick, we'll get into that quite a bit. We're gonna be sciencey.
I didn't watch anything really worth mentioning as far as like this show would go. But are any of those found footage dinosaur movies good? Like I know there were a few of them, like Dinosaur Project, stuff like that.
Dinosaur Project was really good.
Okay.
And I feel like there was something in Jordan. It was Raptor Farm, something Raptor. He turned me on to.
Okay, because I kind of want to get into that because I'm kind of in the Jurassic World mode, which I can't wait to see that movie.
A lot of the stuff that it seemed like he turned me on to of those found footage ones, and there's something big that I can't think of, were on YouTube, and that's how I watched.
Well,
surprising.
That's how I watched our movie. That's how I watched our movie for tonight.
Boo! No, that's.
I feel like if it's up on there, then someone else did it, and I'm not. I mean, it's just there. It's not like I'm downloading it or anything, so that's why I mentioned it.
I don't think if by the end of this episode, if the director, Mr. Wiener, I think if you listen to this episode, I don't think you'd have any problems whatsoever.
No. So.
Just a guess. I could be wrong. Hang in there, Mr. Wiener.
Is that really his name?
The director is, I believe, Andrew Wiener. I watched that documentary.
Which one? Oh, did you?
Wiener, it's so good. I will never go political, and I will block anyone in our group that ever does. Yeah. But I'll say this:
I want to watch that.
That's a fan-freaking-tastic. I don't care which side you're on. It's fun.
I'm sorry. When you said documentary, I thought you watched Evil Genius.
Oh no, the Wiener documentary.
I need to watch that because you told me how good that was.
And I'm so sorry, just Mr. Director, to put you with.
Well, it's the same last name.
But the documentaries are kind of found footage.
They kind of are.
Ties it.
But yes, we're gonna do a lot of found. We're gonna do a lot of found footage on here. So. But we are not critics of found footage.
We need some more internet critics, please.
See what I did there? Alright, should we get into Frankenstein Theory?
Let's just dive in.
Alright, you have a synopsis, sir?
Oh, yeah. I've got the synopsis. It says, when Jeffrey Franken's fiancée is chopped into pieces by the blades of a remote-controlled lawnmower, he uses his dubious medical knowledge to try to bring her back to life.
I love that movie.
Oh, I don't have the right movie, do I?
No, but I love that movie. Do you like that movie?
Oh, I like looking at your.
I mean, I shouldn't say love it. Oh, I forgot. I need to change that damn thing too.
I stare at this woman a lot. Many late nights on Skype. That's all I'll say.
I shouldn't say I love it. I like that movie, but it's very weird and very just. It's just.
I
weird.
Love it.
I need to change. You know what? You have a job, sir.
Yes.
Find me what you think would be a cool picture for me to change my Skype to.
Well, I don't really want to not look at our Frankenhooker.
All right. Do you think it's kind of classic? Should I just leave it?
I don't want to get like lustful looking at your thing. So just whatever you think.
I mean, I know she's is she actually hot?
Yes.
I didn't know if she was like hideous or actually.
No, she's fine. There's nothing wrong with her.
Okay.
It's her miniskirt's on. It's like that. It's like a Kelly Bundy miniskirt.
I forgot. How long have I had that picture? As long as you've known me.
No, you had something else.
Because I feel like it's been
It's been a long time, man. Yeah.
Like, I probably should have changed it to my cat when he passed away last year, but I still kept the fucking Frankenhooker.
You need 2 more cats.
We have a dog, and Lucy wouldn't be... She can barely handle 1 cat. It's
right.
Not to go on a rant here, I mean a story here about the cat, my cat,
That's
but...
okay.
Like, your story was funny, but... Mo is so nice to Lucy. Lucy's the dog. Like, if she comes down the steps, he will jump up from whatever he's doing and, like, make sure he's walking right beside her. He, like, nuzzles her face, and she growls at him and barks at him and treats him like shit. And it's like, Luce, his brother passed away. You're all he has.
Oh.
Like,
cats and dogs living together.
It doesn't matter, like,
That's
how
sweet.
much she, like, snaps at him. He will always make sure he's walking right next to her when she comes down the steps.
That sounds a lot like the downstairs here.
Do they get along?
Oh, them. Yes, they get along.
Oh, okay. I thought...
They're fine. They get along. For sisters, they get along really good.
Well, that's good. So, do you have the synopsis for the actual Frankenstein Theory?
Yes, I have the one for the Frankenstein Theory from 2012, and this is from the creators of The Last Exorcism.
Which, I love that too. I like that movie a lot.
This is the this is the DVD in my hand.
Uh-huh.
I'm reading this. This is a real one here, buddy. What is the most chilling novel of all time? What if the most chilling novel of all time was actually based on a true account of a horrific experiment gone awry? When he is suspended from his university job for his outlandish ideas, Professor John Vankenheim. Vankenheim! It is John Vankenheim!
That makes me think of the woman in Young Frankenstein. I can't think of her name, but...
Which one? Terry Garr?
Yes.
Leads a documentary film crew to the rim of the Arctic Circle in a desperate effort to vindicate his academic reputation. And he says his theory, Mary Shelley's ghastly story Frankenstein, is in fact a work of non-fiction disguised as fantasy. It says, in the vast frozen wilderness, Vankenheim and his team search for the legendary monster, a creature mired in mystery and drenched in blood. What they find is an unspeakable truth, more terrifying than any fiction, a nightmare from which there is no waking. There we go.
So, we did this on the first ever Horrorcopia episode.
Did we really?
We did this, and we did VHS 2.
Really?
Yep.
I must have drank a lot, because I do not remember.
Was it VHS 2 or maybe it was the first VHS. Whatever, I forget which one.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't remember which VHS, but we did one of the first 2 VHSs, and we did this.
I didn't know it was the first one. That's crazy. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just sticks in my head, because it was something that I should have loved, and I was the lone dissenter. You and Alan liked it. So I was really looking forward to watching it this time.
Oh, yeah.
And see what I think of it. And I don't know what I was drinking, what I was smoking, what was wrong with me. I loved this. I mean, we're going to get into it, but I just want to say, this is a great... Look, this movie has me written all over it, and I don't know why I didn't like it the first time.
Maybe it's like, it's funny how things change like that. Huh.
But this movie is amazing.
Wow. So you got into it, huh?
Yeah, if you hear any noises, the cryptid dog's having a nightmare. I didn't know if it was coming. I didn't know if it was coming through the headphone or not.
Yeah, weird. It sounds like Frankenstein's lab. It's like it kind of
something like that,
important. It makes something happen. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. That's cool.
Oh, it was awesome.
I hadn't watched it in a while, and rewatched it, and I was like, yeah, it's still good, And I wondered if I'd be like, because I've been notorious for defending this film, and I don't think I ever, I got into it with people about it, but I don't think I ever got butthurt or anything. But I had a good time with it again. I really did. I think it's the story. I think even that, like on the back of the DVD, the synopsis, it's such a unique telling of the
It's
Frankenstein.
a very cryptid story, I think. I feel like.
It is so Bigfooty to me. It just bleeds big.
Does the creature look like a Bigfoot at all? Or does it look like your classic Frankenstein monster?
Kinda. I was thinking about that before we recorded. Like, how would I describe this creature to you? And the DVD sleeve's kind of cool because it's one of them things where you turn it and it changes a little bit, kind of a 3D picture.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, turn it. He does kind of look Bigfooty. He's wearing skins. Okay, you've said this movie is about the Frankenstein monster. Let's say it's real, and it's up in the north. What is it called? The North Canadian, the Northwest Territory, the North. And there. So he's wearing skins.
For some reason, I feel just as cold. I feel extremely cold when they're cold in this movie.
They do a good job of that. I had wrote that down too. There's a lot of snow, but he's wearing skins.
So you say he's wearing skins, okay?
And it gets into it like he lives, as the caribou migrate, he goes with them.
I thought that was a very interesting, point.
Yeah, they get into that pretty good.
Yeah.
The lore of how he lives up there and why he's there.
I love that part. I love the extra lore for things.
A lot like a Bigfoot, or Sasquatch, or, just a wild man of the woods. And this thing's big. And his face is kind of cool. I guess it's CGI when you see him. But it didn't bother me. I wasn't like, oh, But he's big, and he just kind of, he growls. This isn't Robert De Niro talking to you, sitting on a park bench.
No.
This thing it roars.
It's not the intellectual. It's not the intellectual creature of, the original Frankenstein. This thing's a fucking beast.
Does it want to mate? Is that why it's?
That's what I kind of thought. That's what I gathered. I don't know if that's right or not.
Right. And, I think some people would say, oh, the people just annoyed the hell out of me. Dr. Vinkenheim, Jonathan.
They did have that little thing about arguing that I complained about in found footage, but I don't think it was overly so.
I didn't think so, and I didn't think he's overly annoying.
I like his character.
Slightly believable.
I thought he was, too.
In your sci-fi horror type mad scientist kind of way.
The only person I really didn't care for is the meth guy.
Yes.
That just seemed kind of out of place to me. Why was that even in there?
And I guess he was kind of our harbinger of doom a little bit.
Yeah, I guess, but
possibly seen the creature.
I feel like it went too long, that part of it. That's my only criticism, is that part dragged, I thought.
I didn't think he was very believable either. That his whole wigging out.
No, he wasn't believable at all.
He looked like Giovanni Ribisi.
And I just laugh because his Canadian accent is so thick.
Oh yeah, and this is after the group that's a documentary filmmaker with our. Is he a doctor or professor? Do they call him Professor Vinkenheim?
Yeah, I'm almost positive they do because I think that girl, his girlfriend at one point said that.
All right.
He was going to lose his funding or something.
I'm going to say he's batting out of his league there.
Well, she thought so too because she doesn't stick around.
I don't blame her. She was smart not to. Think about that. But the group I like the sound and camera guy. There's actually some comedy in this, and I think they're kind of funny.
They are. I really like them.
So if something happens to them, they did a good job. And
I think you need that those characters to connect to that you feel bad for.
Absolutely, and we have our tent drama. There's some drama going down in a tent at one point.
Yep.
But a lot of this takes place in I don't know, what do they call those? Like a ute or a shack?
Yeah, whatever. I like their guide guy.
Is his name Bjorn? I feel like his name should have been Bjorn.
I don't know, but I think it should have been.
We call him Bjorn.
He just reminds me of a man's man. He's like a man guy. He's a manly man.
He's not super friendly.
No. But I figured a person like that's a guide wouldn't be.
Did he have a story about a wolf or something? He was like, a wolf will eat you if you don't do what I tell you.
Yeah, he did.
Something.
He just seemed all
right.
He just seems like in a different movie he would have been a badass.
Yeah. And it's kind of like he knew no good was going to come out of this.
I don't think his name was Bjorn, but it should have been.
Can we call him that?
That's what we're going to call him, yep.
We'd have to look that up. Wait a minute. And the northern Canadian, the Northwest Territory, I like that. I felt like I was there. I mean, you got mountains.
Yeah, I do too. Like
and just the general wilderness added to a creep factor. That was almost like another character.
Yeah, the setting really was a character.
And you start hearing sound.
The sound, I was cold as shit from listening to this.
Yeah, and you start hearing sounds. They're at this cabin where they think Frankenstein thinks that this creature could be, because he's like, he says, this is real. This thing's, I don't want to give too much away, but this thing's migrating with the caribou, and that's how it lives. And I swear he says it wants a wife or it wants a mate. Well, let's bring some females with us. And there's a drawing of the creature that's pretty good too, that Frankenstein's got. But I swear he said, yeah, I might want a mate. We're fine. Let's just go.
I think he did say that, and you kind of get that feeling from the ending a little bit.
You do get that feeling from the ending a little bit, and it's kind of like that classic. I want to say 80s, but I'm not going to suck on the 80s balls horror all day long. But you know, in a horror, your classic story, one person gets picked off at a time.
Yep.
And you kind of just feel it, and it's kind of foreboding. It's like, oh, they're just, like
no. You know how it's going to end, but it's the interesting part is getting there.
And I didn't feel like it was spaced out between any kills in this to just drag time on.
No, this thing is only an hour and 12 minutes.
Is it really?
That's what the YouTube video said, and it flies by.
It does fly by. It really, really does.
But it's like the perfect length for this story, though.
Yeah, it is. But I'm trying not to dangle off its balls too much, because I'm sure this is a B movie. It really is. Going into, so some people it's just not good. You know what? If you like Bigfoot movie,
if you like that stuff, you'll like it. Yep.
If you haven't seen this, that's what I'm gonna stick with that a little bit.
Even though I know the acting wasn't bad though. To me, like, I don't even know what really a B movie is, because to me, like, I've seen far worse acting. Far worse.
Aside from our Giovanni Ribisi looking dude,
he was the only one. Everyone else,
I think it really was. Yeah. Some real decent acting.
I really didn't like the meth guy though.
No, you don't. But this movie doesn't really have to. It doesn't have to be extremely well acted.
No, but it builds tension well, I thought.
I'm just going to go ahead and chuck this into the creature feature category.
Oh, it is.
We got a creature, and it's kind of that maybe Sunday afternoon, rainy outside kind of film.
But going back to what we said, I love the atmosphere. I love, like, you feel like you're in northwestern Canada.
You do feel it, definitely.
And I mean, it was gonna be 80 degrees here. It's in the summer. Oh, we had the air on. I felt fucking cold.
You needed a blankie.
I did. Yep.
Yeah, and it's extremely well shot for a found. Okay, well, I know something to ask. It's extremely well shot for a found footage movie, and that's okay now because look at camera technology.
Right. It makes more sense now because of the advancement.
I've got a project I'm going to work on, and I'm doing it with cell phones, so it's easy to do it. You know.
Are you? I didn't know about that.
Yes, I will. I got to drop some knowledge on or some info on you here.
All right.
But yeah, it was shot really well. It looks really good. The DVD's really good. I'm sure it might have got a Blu-ray.
I doubt it, but I don't know.
Jordan, did this get a Blu-ray? But he liked this film. I remember Jordan liked it a lot. And I'm gonna go in. I got some hate on this back in the day, buddy.
I remember that, and I feel like some of it was me, but I wasn't hating on you.
You never. You didn't like it. That's okay.
Yeah.
And
there were some people that.
Oh, there's this one dude who wouldn't. Every time I watch it, he'd be like, "No, it's shit.
If you're new to like,
that's the way it is.
If you're new to the movie podcast world, and you listen to the old Cryptophiles and you're listening to the new stuff, there are people that will attack you because you have. I mean, I guess that's in any fandom and any kind of entertainment. They attacked you for liking something. Like, God forbid you like something that they don't like.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I might hate some movies, but if someone likes it, more power to them. Like I always say,
Sure.
if I ever review a movie bad, I always say if there's anybody that likes it, get in contact with me because I'd love to know what you'd like about it because I'd love to see your side.
Yeah, and I even I joke around a lot, obviously, but I even try not to ever tell them that movie that is and just keep on somebody about it. I think they just go too far. And when I'm saying
you got you got some backlash from that. I remember.
Yeah, somebody, I finally, I didn't swear, no, I didn't. I didn't go away because of that, but I blocked him because I was like, finally, the dude was just always negative about movies. It's okay, you don't have to like it. And I'm like, I even said to him once, it's a guilty pleasure, man. I don't know, why do I have to defend it?
And this person
it's shit, man. And I'm like, dude.
Like, he's so negative. This person's so negative about movies.
I don't want to start anything with him.
Enjoy watching them? Like, how do you even have enjoyment?
Yeah, it's okay, And then I've defended it with some good people too. Like, we didn't like it. The Terror Troop didn't like it, but they were nice about it. It was fine,
you and I disagreed with them on a lot when we were on those shows.
Yeah, we did here and there, but I have to say they weren't like this.
No, it was all in fun. I mean, it was fine.
Boss Butcher, I talked to him years ago. This was one of the first time I talked to him off of Twitter or whatever about it. And he was like, "Yeah, we did it. We didn't care for it."
See, I thought
we haven't talked about it. And he said, "Oh yeah, I see your Bigfoot tie-ins."
I would think he would have liked this. I'm surprised.
Yeah, maybe maybe I don't know. I'm just saying.
What do you think? Like that would have been a movie. This would be a movie he would like.
I think so. I think so. I don't know.
Like most of the rest of that group, maybe not.
I hope that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, around the time like when me and you was right before me and you was on there when they did this. Actually,
we should have him
on there to defended it to its. Yeah. I'd like to argue with Bill Shetty on this one.
We should have him boss on to talk about Dear God No.
I completely agree.
I think that's the perfect movie.
I talked to him one day, and he says he might come out of, I don't know what he said, hibernation or retirement. I don't know. He may still be doing some stuff. But he's like, I might do that. I said, just maybe a commentary.
Oh, yeah. Oh, can you imagine a commentary for that movie? So,
I forgot.
What's that?
We start talking movies, I forget we're recording. I said, I forgot we were recording for a second.
What did we say? We said our rating was wood knocks, right?
Yes.
How many
tree knocks?
How many wood knocks would you give this?
Does it go from 1 to 5?
I think we said it did, but my brain is alcohol addled, so I don't really remember. But I think it was 5.
Let's go through 1 through 5. I'm going to give it 4 solid wood knocks. After watching this movie, I would say a dozen times probably. I think it's fun, and I think if you like Bigfoot movies or just kind of creature movies and you haven't seen this, give it a watch.
If you like cryptid movies, if you like Bigfoot movies, if you like creature movies, give this a chance. It's fun. I think it's suspenseful in parts. And other than the meth head, I'm going to give this 4 wood knocks too, which is a complete reversal from the first time I saw this.
Can you say it again? Scott cut out right when you said your rating.
Oh, I'm going to give this 4 wood knocks because it's complete reverse from the first time I watched it.
Nice. So that's 8 backs on the crypto tree.
That's right. What is your pick for next episode?
My pick for next episode is The Abominable Snowman of the Himalayas.
You're finally getting me to watch it. I love that idea.
Jesse to watch this. It is available on YouTube, so if anyone else wants to watch it ahead of time,
I hear it's like in that realm of like classic. This type of movie.
Yes, it is a Hammer film with Peter Cushing and I believe Forrest Tucker from F Troop.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yes.
That's a show I'd love to watch more, but I don't think it's rerun anywhere.
But I think it belongs. I wanted to review this movie forever. I think it is one of the best Yeti or Abominable Snowman films I think out there, period.
Is it better than 2008's Yeti, otherwise known as Yeite?
Yeite. Yes, it is.
I feel like we're going to have to do that movie just because we talk about it so much. Eventually.
Was that Yeite Curse of the Snow Demon?
Yes, that was it.
Yes.
And the other reason we're saying Yeite is whoever put it on YouTube spelled it wrong.
I wonder if they did that for copyright purposes.
That's a very good idea. I never thought.
Because I know who put that on there.
Oh, you do? Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, then maybe I should. Do they listen?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, I'm sorry if I bashed your spelling then. That's probably why you did it.
We've got a lot of mileage out of Yeites, and Yeites are a very aggressive portal jumping Sasquatch. So it's okay. We got that out.
But I'm looking forward to doing this. I'm finally going to watch this.
And I'm looking forward to any of our listeners, or I'll never say fans.
I will never either.
And,
nope.
Facebook member groups, members who've never seen this film to see it, because it is interesting. It is a good movie.
Maybe you should put the link to the YouTube video on the group.
I shall, and I believe I put the trailer in before, and I will do that again, so you can get an idea kind of what we're doing there.
But yeah, we have
It's Peter Cushing all the way. Come on.
Yeah, we have a Facebook group. Search for Cryptophile Show. Join it. We'd love to talk to you guys. And do you have anything else?
A couple shouts before we have a few shouts.
All right, cool. Yeah.
First off, I put her link in all the time, and I put some of her blog posts in our group, and it's at bigfootmountain.blogspot.
I have to catch up and get on the Bigfoot Mountain train.
And it is Sassy Squatch Girl. I won't use her name on here because it's what you don't want to use, but she is awesome. Go to Bigfoot. Just Google Bigfoot Mountain, and you'll see it. And it's a blog, and it's amazing. She has a way of writing that is just, it's like her personal relationship with Bigfoot. It's awesome, and she's out in the woods a lot, and she's up in New England. Just an awesome person. I believe she's going to be on the show sometime. I can't wait for that. It is going to be awesome. And she listens to the show. Thank you for listening. And just everyone in the Facebook group. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you guys. Chris Hankins asked the other day, hey, when's that show coming?
He did, and I'm sorry it took a day longer than I had promised.
You know, I went to kindergarten and first grade with Chris.
Oh, really? I was going to ask you how, you knew him.
Yes. Shout out, Chris. Good people. Really good people. Awesome, dude.
And I realized while doing this show, I have to quit saying really because I say it way too much.
Really? I have to quit saying
Quit saying what?
Shout out to everybody. And if I missed anyone, I am so sorry. I love you guys. We love you. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for everything. And
yeah, you guys are awesome. Thanks for sticking with us. I mean, I saw the download numbers. I haven't told you this yet. And I'm not going to say what they are, but we did not lose any listeners from the format change.
Hey!
Which is awesome.
Hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. We have ideas and surprises in store for you people.
We have ideas, surprises, and we're just having fun. I mean, that's what it comes down to. One last thing.
Thank you, Jesse. I don't thank you enough. People, this is all him. I'm just a guy sitting here behind a freaking tablet in a recliner that squeaks. Sorry about that. Jesse,
my chair was squeaking too, so.
Yeah, you bet it was, buddy. But thank you so much, buddy. Publicly, thank you. I wouldn't be doing anything.
My pleasure.
You're doing the work.
I've been thinking for a very long time now, how to broach the subject of us doing something again, and it just all fell into place.
It did. And I wasn't even, when we started, I was like, okay, this is fun. This is great now. I love our format change. I am invigorated. I got ideas. This is going to be awesome.
I was so nervous. I shouldn't say nervous, but I was like, wonder what he's going to say, but I'm just going to throw it out there. And when you were, all on board, I'm like, oh, this is great that you wanted to, change the format.
Oh, it's been great. And if I talk too much, I'm sorry. I used to never have enough to say. And for some reason, after being, 2.5 years sober, all of a sudden I have a lot to say, and this guy lets me do it. And I thank you, buddy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Everything.
No problem. So, thanks everybody for listening. We will be back. It might be a little more of a delay than usual because in 2 weeks I'll be on vacation.
Oh, come on.
I know. Well, let's talk about this. Maybe we can work around it, but
he's on sex vacation.
No, I'm going to Disney World for 2 days actually, and the beach down there. So
take a lot of pictures and put it in our group.
And I'm going to
That's
meet
awesome.
Rapunzel, apparently, so there'll be a picture of me meeting Rapunzel.
That's kind of hot.
I wonder if she will be.
I don't know.
I feel like
Scary.
there's no one there that I can ask because I can't, like... I guess I could ask my cousin, but he's
Dad.
not really that type of person.
Your dad be there?
No.
Oh.
You know what? We'll get the pictures, I'll send it to you, and I'll be like, is she hot?
Will your
That's-
lovely other half be there?
No, she's not able to go.
Oh. I'm sorry.
So, you know what? Could you imagine if I, like, had something printed out and gave a card of our show to the Rapunzel person?
All right.
Spread this around the Magic Kingdom.
We want a Rapunzel show. It's kind of cryptidy. Extreme hair growth.
Yeah, it kind of is. But
Oh.
thanks everybody for listening, and we will be back with... Is the Abominable Snowman and the Yeti the same thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, we'll be back with the Yeti making his first appearance on the show.
Oh, yes.
So, good night, everybody.